That is the Kids in the Hall theme song. It's Having an Average Weekend is the name of it. From Shadowy Men on a Shadowy Planet. That's actually that's the name of the band. But I love the sound of that guitar. That might be it's either a Strat or maybe like a Mustang or something. But yeah, I just like that song, and it brings me immediately back to when I was watching Kids in the Hall in the '90s. Remember the '90s? I'm able to kind of look back at the '90s as someone who's born in the '80s, and I can think, that was pretty good. But there were other things about it that were good other than just I was a kid and nostalgic. But I think a lot of it was I was a kid and nostalgic. So then something terrible happened, and it changed the world. Yeah, Randy Johnson hit a bird during a baseball game, and that sucked. So, yeah. Aside from that, it was a pretty decent time. But weirdly, my earliest, I have like a lot of weird early memories of like some of my earliest memories ever are of like Mario and Zelda and Ferris Bueller's Day Off and Beetlejuice. So I've said before on stream, like I tried to recall like any of my life in the '80s, and it's mainly just video games, a dude in kindergarten peeing on my couch, and that might have been 1990, not 1989. And yeah, and Ferris Bueller. So when I watch Ferris Bueller, I'm like, oh look, I remember the '80s. I was there. It's like I didn't remember that. It was just a movie I watched. But I also remember going to the corner store, and they had arcade cabinets. It's like arcades were such a big thing in the '80s that everywhere had to have one or two because they would just like eat them quarters. So that was one thing I do remember. But anyway, that song though immediately it just brings back the '90s to me, and I like it. Vinny, a second baseball hit the bird. Oh man, Vinny, be careful. I think talking about the Randy Johnson bird incident is grounds for banning on Twitch. Because of terms of service and everything. Yeah, no, it's sorry. I won't talk about the bird incident. We'll just play Paper Mario instead.